After completing this two problems, there are two passages left over. After finishing this, we'll move on to matrices and determinants. Just go through that, please, all of you. Four different integers form an increasing AP. One of these numbers is equal to the sum of the squares of the other three numbers. Then the smallest number is. The smallest number is. Okay. So here, this is, it is clearly given that
सर a minus 3d a minus d a plus 3 के लिए क्या हो जाएगा?
Four different integers form an increasing AP. It is clearly given. They are forming an increasing AP. Okay. So, for the increasing AP, you must have D positive. Don't forget that. You must have D positive, or according to the terms also, it may be. Let us check it out. Four different integers form an increasing AP. One of these numbers is equal to the sum of the squares of the other three numbers. So, let me take the four integers as a minus d, a plus d, a plus 2d. And it is very much given that these are four different integers. Don't forget that. These are four integers. So your result must be an integer. One of these numbers is equal to the sum of the squares of the other three numbers. Sum of the squares of the other three numbers. So let us take the highest number first. Highest number, because it is an increasing AP. What is that given? A plus 2d must be equal to sum of the squares of the remaining. That is a minus d whole square plus a square plus of a plus d whole square. Just check it out, please. This implies a plus 2d is equal to a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. It is twice of a square plus b square is the formula. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square is twice of a square plus d square. Now let me form a quadratic in terms of d, 2d square and minus 2d plus 3a square minus a is equal to 0. Now, I got a quadratic in terms of d. You can take even in terms of a also. So, I have to apply now the quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula? D is equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac, b square minus 4ac. What is b square here? 4 minus 4ac minus 4 into 2 minus 8 into 3a square minus a. I need not have to explain you that because everyone knows that quadratic formula. I simply applied that formula, whole divided by. Let me write like this, divided by minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is 4. But because it should be an integer, don't forget, the entire question is lying in that only. Different integers is saying. So, the the term under the root must be positive or equal to 0. So this becomes 4 minus 8 into, let me write that, let me multiply, 24 a square plus 8a must be greater than or equal to 0. Now let us divide with minus 4. Let us divide with minus 4. 6a square minus 2a minus 1 should be less than or equal to 0. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now let us apply the quadratic
Yes,
formula here. Quadratic formula, please. A is equal to minus b plus or minus, because it's not directly factorizable, that is, you don't have rational factors for this. So let me apply the quadratic formula. A is equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square 1 b square 4 plus 28 by 2a means 12. I applied the quadratic formula there just to factorize it. You can take this 28 as 7 into 4, and 4 root is 2, and thereby that 2 comes out, it gets cancelled with the denominator, and the denominator there remains 6. So you will have the factors like this.
So
A minus, just a moment please, do not disturb. A minus 1 gets cancelled, minus of 1 minus root 7 divided by 6 into a minus 1 plus root 7 by 6 is less than or equal to 0. Now less than or equal to 0 means your a lies between 1 minus root 7 by 6 or 1 plus root 7 by 6, being an integer. That is the reason why we have followed this series. We have taken the numbers such that we have a in between, because we have some series like four terms are in AP means you can take it as a minus 3D, a minus D, a plus D, a plus 3D, like that. If you take like that, you don't get a in that series. So I have taken a because I know that a is an integer. A is an integer. So since a is an integer, it is given. Just check the passage there. The passage, it is given. What is a integer lying between these two numbers? It is clear. It is less than 0 and greater than 1, greater than minus 1. It's greater than minus 1 and less than 0. It is less than 1 and greater than 0. Do you accept this or not? Every one of you, please. Every one of you, I repeat, this is the value lying between minus 1 and 0. This is the value lying between 0 and 1. And hence, what is the integer between these two? Respond please. With
0.
since it is an integer, please. That's what. The entire problem lies there only. The entire problem lies there only. So a is equal to 0. Obviously, D becomes, put a 0 there in this one. If you put a 0, 2d square minus 2d is equal to 0. D is equal to 0 or 1 you will get. D is equal to 0 or 1 you get. Then what are the numbers? What are the numbers? Anyone in the class, please? What are the numbers? A minus D first number. D will not be 0 because all the terms will become equal. So you must take D1. So what are the numbers? Anyone in the class? Minus 1, 0, 1, 2. These are the numbers.
And the sum will be 2.
So if you take this, these, you can write the answer for this now. You can answer the questions related to that comprehension. So these are the numbers we have got: minus 1, 0, 1, 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Now tell me the answer for the first question, please. The smallest number is minus 1, and the common difference of the 4 numbers is B, 1, and the sum of all the 4 numbers is how much? 2. C. That's it. Any doubt? Now let us come to Dhananjay. Dhananjay was calling me in between.
नहीं सर, मैं वही बोल रहा था, a minus 3d और वो लेते, क्योंकि उससे quadratic easy आ जाता है.
हाँ. Whatever, you have to see that A will be there. You have to see that A will be there in the numbers so that we can make that A integer by applying the conditions. I think it is clear. Every one of you, please respond. I'll move on to the next question.
Yes, sir.
Jahan,
Yes, sir. Yes.
Parj, Sakshi. Okay. I'm erasing this. Moving on to the next question. Vishma. Respond, Vishma. Akshat.
Yes sir.
Did you listen this?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next question. Let n belongs to capital N. That is a natural number. The AM, GM, and HM respectively of the n numbers is n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, and so on, n plus n, are AN, GN, HN. And AN by n as n tends to infinity. Limit GN by n as n tends to infinity. Limit HN by n as n tends to infinity. I have taken up this because it covers all the three means. What are the means? Arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean. All the 3 means it covers. That is why I have taken up. Okay. So let us see the question again. This is n belongs to n. The AM, GM, HM respectively of the n numbers. Is it visible to you? And n belongs to n. The AM, GM, HM respectively of the n numbers n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, and so on, n plus n, or AN, GN, HN. So let us take it there. So let us take the numbers and let us write the AM here first. AM is given to be AN, A suffix N. So let me write A suffix N. A suffix N is equal to कोई पीसीबी वाला आया अंदर क्लास में. What is the first term, please? Anyone? Do you remember the passage there given? Dusra, second one, n plus 2, and the last one,
up to n plus n. Our last term is n plus n.
and we need an here. An means sum of the terms upon total number of terms. Sum of the terms upon total number of terms. There are n terms there. There are n terms there. So, how many n's are there? Just check it out. N's are there.
2n will be.
So, if you add 2 n's, it is 2n. If you add 3 n's, you will get 3n. If you add n n's, you will get n into n. Plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on plus n. Sum of the first n natural numbers. N into n plus 1 upon 2. Whole divided by n, because we need the am here. Am. Correct or not? So what happens if you take 2 LCM there in the numerator? It is 2n squared plus n squared plus n whole divided by 2n. So your an is nothing but 3n squared plus n upon 2n. And what is that we need in the question? In the question, what he is asking is, he is asking for limit of
So it's 3 by 2.
an divided by n as n tends to infinity. Is nothing but limit of 3n squared plus n whole divided by one more n is there here also, one n is there, so 2n into n, 2n squared. As n tends to infinity, it is infinite limits, please, infinite limits, when the degree of the numerator and the degree of the denominator are same, just to take their coefficients as answer. So it is 3 by 2. It is 3 by 2. Just if anyone wants, take a screenshot of it. And this is the first question. Your answer must be 3 by 2. Let us go through the next question here. In this one, just see the answer there, 3 by 2. 3 by 2. Okay. Next one is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Anyone? I'm showing it again. If you have any doubt, ask me, please. Anyone in the class? Okay. This is what the first question answer. Erasing this? Yes. Moving on to the next question in the passage. Limit of gn by n as n tends to infinity. Little difficult because when compared to the previous question, because it involves definite integral as a limit of sum. It involves definite integral as a limit of sum. So let me write gn first. What is gn? Geometric mean of what? All the n terms. So I'll be writing in this way. It is product of all the terms, n plus 1, n plus 2, and so on, n plus n, whole power 1 by n. This is Gn, please. That is the geometric mean. Now what I'm doing, I'm taking up n common here, and in the last term also. So how many terms or how many n's I'll be getting if I take n common in each term? I'll get n n's. I'll get n n's. Why I'm doing that, you'll understand. 1 plus 1 by n into 1 plus 2 by n into and so on. 1 plus n by n. Are you there, everyone? Do you see the screen there? Do you understand what I am doing? N power n whole power 1 by n. N comes out. Just see that. N comes out. And it is 1 plus 1 by n into 1 plus 2 by n into and so on. 1 plus n by n whole power 1 by n. Okay, what is that we need? We need again the limiting conditions. Limit of Gn, bring that n to other side. Bring this n to other side. By n as n tends to infinity again. As n tends to infinity. Now just check it out. Just check it out. If you write n tends to infinity, each of this becomes 0 and you will get 1 into 1 into 1. All become ones only, and the product of all ones is 1 only. 1 power 1 by infinity. That is, you will get 1 power 0 form. So for this, what we do, we will apply the logarithm. We will apply the logarithm, and don't forget, I said definite integral as a limit. Do you remember this? Definite integral as a limit of sum. If you say fairly and frankly, I can do something, whether you know this or not. If you keep quiet now, I'll go on teaching like this only. And sometimes I may skip also. I asked you a question whether definite integral as a limit of sum is known to you or not.
Sir, it's known but भूल गए.
सिर्फ पार्श जिंदा है क्लास में, बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं?
It was taught to us but I have forgotten.
कोई बताएंगे? पार्श भूल गया बोल रहा है. Just listen, listen. Limit of 1 by n sigma f of r by n. Limit of, थोड़ा बड़ा कर दूंगा इसको, एक मिनट. Comprehension में there are no limitations, please. There are no limitations. Limit of one by n sigma f of r by n. R runs from 1 to n as n tends to infinity. R runs from 1 to n as n tends to infinity. Is the letters are clear to you, please?
Yes.
Is equal to integral 0 to 1 f of x dx. लेकिन मैं थोड़ा इसको जनरलाइज कर दूंगा, एन के ले लूंगा, एन के लेने से 0 to k आएगा. But in one way you are lucky because this is now removed. ये कोरोना ने आपको फेवर किया, ऐसा किया कि ये कॉन्सेप्ट तो रिमूव हो गया. जो सिलेबस रिमूव हो गया वो है आपके पास.
नो सर, पेज साइड नहीं है.
अरे भेजा नहीं आपको.
धनंजय, वो जहान को भेज दो.
हाँ सर. ओके.
लेकिन क्या बोल रहा हूं, वो तो मेन लेवल पे पूछने की चांस ही नहीं है. लेकिन एडवांस लेवल पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, जो मैं डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ, ये तो कॉम्प्रहेंशन है. कॉम्प्रहेंशन का लिमिटेशंस क्या रहेगा यार? उन्होंने क्या करेगा, एक अगर ये देना चाहते हैं ये फॉर्मूला मेंशन कर लेगा, वो कॉम्प्रहेंशन में फॉर्मूला मेंशन करके उस पर क्वेश्चन दे देगा. इसलिए हम रिस्क नहीं ले सकते एडवांस में. ठीक है ना? तो अभी क्या होगा, इंटीग्रल 0 to k f of x dx बोल रहा है ना. इसलिए आपको अभी देख के पता चलना चाहिए, r by n के जगह में आपको 1 by n, 2 by n, so on, n by n है. हम क्या कर रहे हैं, लॉगरिथम अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. ये n को मैं LHS में लेके आया, gn by n हो गया. तो लॉग अप्लाई करने से इसको वो जो पावर का है वो पावर में से नीचे आएगा. लिमिट ऑफ, ध्यान से देखो, 1 by n. लॉगरिथम अप्लाई करना है, फिर से इसको हटा देना है. क्यों? लॉगरिथम अप्लाई कर रहे हैं उसको सिग्मा में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए. अप्लाई करने के बाद लॉग को हम रिमूव कर देते हैं. रिमूव करने से वो ई पावर बन जाता है. ई पावर, लिमिट ऑफ, ये पावर वाला इधर आएगा 1 by n. लॉग ऑफ ए प्रोडक्ट हो जाएगा. लॉग ऑफ प्रोडक्ट सिग्मा हो जाता है. सिग्मा लॉग ऑफ और ln ऑफ 1 plus r by n हो जाता है. r by n, r runs from 1 to n as n tends to infinity. देखो ये शेप से कंपेयर करो. f of r by n बोल रहे हैं ना समेशन का. n के जगह में n है, मतलब k 1 हो जाता है इधर लिमिट्स में. 1 by n तो है, n tends to infinity है. सब हमको वो फॉर्मूला के रूप में आ गया. Everything is now converted to the form of the formula. This is e power, limit of 1 by n sigma log of 1 plus r by n. R runs from 1 to n as n tends to infinity, becomes e power integral, I'm changing the color, just say this, integral 0 to 1, this becomes ln of 1 plus x. Replace r by n with x. This is what the value of it. Anyone, do you tell me the integral of log of 1 plus x? Anyone, please? In the class, anyone?
Sir, it is x plus 1 into log of x plus 1 minus of x plus 1.
Integral log of 1 plus x, you have to make use of by parts formula. By parts formula, integral u dv is equal to uv minus integral of v du x upon 1 plus x. इसका लिमिट्स है 0 to 1. इसका लिमिट्स 0 to 1 है तो लिमिट अप्लाई कर दो, ये log 2 हो जाता है. 1 into log 2 minus 0. Now what is the integral of x by 1 plus x? Add 1 and subtract 1. Add 1 and subtract 1. Then you will get 1, integral 1 is x there, and minus 1 upon 1 plus x, log of 1 plus x. So again apply the limits for this. Anyone, do you help me out in writing the final value? Please. Do you help me out in writing the final value? Log x, integral x, limit 0 to 1, that will become 1, and log of 1 plus x plus log of 1 plus x, limits are from 0 to 1. So if you apply that one, what is the value you get finally? Anyone please help me out there. Final value, please. होश में आ जाओ, सिंप्लीफाई करो, वैल्यू बता दो. मैं इतना किया, कम से कम आप थोड़ा सा करना पड़ता है. वो नींद में से बाहर आ जाओ, वैल्यू बता दो. वेद, पार्श, धनुंजय, साक्षी, Srivardhan, I need the value between 0 and 1. Yes, please.
Sir, minus 1.
Srivardhan,
Minus 1.
what is that you get? इधर है ना एक log 2 है इधर. हाँ, yes please. Srivardhan, Parsh,
Sir, minus 1 आ रहा है.
सर log 4 है मुझे. -1 कैसे आएगा? log 2 का एक टर्म आ रहा है.
हाँ टर्म है उधर, टर्म है. That's what I'm saying. इधर देखने से आपको एक log 2 आ जाएगा, एक log 2 आ जाएगा. इधर आपको x means you will get 1. So log 2 minus 1, log 2 minus 1 plus log 2. 2 log 2 minus 1.
फाइनल आंसर 4/8 है.
Correct, beta. Correct. You are right. You are right. This will become now e power log of 4 by e. That is, I left it for you. You will get 2 log 2 minus 1 here. Srivardhan, you will get 2 log 2 minus 1 here. 2 log 2 is nothing but log 4. Minus 1 is log e. So log of a by b. Log of a by b. Log a minus log b. So final answer 4 by e. Okay. So this is for.
Sir, I have a very simple method for this question. This is too lengthy, sir. I think my method is better and I get the answer correct also.
But you said something other than this just now, the answer.
Sir, GR of D is also equal to n plus 1 into n plus n the whole raised to 1 by 2. So if we simplify this, we get under root of 2n square plus 2n. So the value of Gn by
You mean to say you want to give value to n, isn't it? You mean to say you want to give value to n? Repeat. लेकिन n tends to infinity है इधर, n tends to infinity, and you have to revise all this, please. Even though you know the answers for this, even though you know the methods for this, sometimes you may be wasting time in simplification. That simplification you can make it thorough only through practice. Anyone? Do you have any doubt in this? And remember the formula: definite integral as a limit of some limit of sigma 1 by n sigma. R runs from 1 to n k f of r by n is nothing but integral 0 to k f of x dx. Integral 0 to k f of x dx. Okay, we applied that. Now the third one, let us check the answer. And this should be 4 by e. Just it should be d, please. It should be d. This is d here. Okay, now limit of hn upon n. Limit of hn upon n, please. Anyone, do you tell me what is the harmonic mean?
n upon 1 upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 2 up to n चलते जाएगा.
Huh. So your hn is reciprocals 1 upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 2 plus and so on plus 1 upon n plus n whole divided by how many terms are there? Totally n terms are there. Just a moment. I wrote
इसका रेसिप्रोकल है.
इसको उल्टा करना है. उल्टा करना है. एक मिनट. hn is equal to n upon 1 upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 2 plus and so on plus 1 upon n plus n. हमको इधर भी hn by n चाहिए. एक बार सब लोग देख लो. See this one, please. What is hm of a and b? What is hm of a and b? 2 upon 1 by a plus 1 by b. What is hm of abc? 3 upon 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c. What is hm of abcd? hm of abcd will be 4 upon 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c plus 1 by d, like this. Okay, so in this case also I wrote the same. These are the terms. There are n terms, n upon the reciprocal sum of the reciprocals of the given terms. Okay, now bring that n to other side because we need it. Bring that n to other side. hn upon n is equal to, write it like this, 1 upon sigma 1 upon sigma and whatever is changing, no, you make it r. Whatever is changing, you make it r. That is n plus r. R runs from 1 to n. Just check it out, please. Just check it out what I wrote. Just see what is that given and just check what I wrote. I wrote the denominator as summation 1 upon n plus r. R runs from 1 to n. Now I'll take n common here because I need r by n. If you see the previous formula, what I gave you, definite integral as a limit of sum, then what happens if you take n common here, this 1 by n comes out, 1 by n comes out, and you will have it like this. 1 upon, or otherwise I'll give you a simple technique here. The technique is, just listen carefully. Technique in writing the summation, that is infinite limit. You'll get this limit question even not only here, in limits also you'll get this. Infinite limit of hn upon n as n tends to infinity is 1 upon. Come and tell me this. Now simply you have to do like this. Further, whenever you come across this type of questions, write the integral 0 to 1 directly and replace n with 1 and r with x. That's it. Replace n with 1 and r with x. So what happens? 1 upon 1 plus x dx. That's it. What is that I said? Whenever you come across this infinite series summation, replace n with 1 and r with x. So what happens? Anyone? Do you tell me the integral of this?
Sir, it will be log of 1 plus x, and that will become log 2. So it will be log to the base 2e.
That's good. 0 to 1. So 1 upon ln2. ln2 matlab, you bring this to the, if you bring it to the numerator, it is log e to the base 2 you must get, or otherwise let us check the option. So this is comparatively easy. Even in the previous problem also, if you are getting definite integral as a limit of some cases, that is very important because that is exclusively there in CBSE NCERT textbook. So that is why in the question paper for IIT-JEE also, they used to concentrate on this concept. So wherever you get the summation cases, that is definite integral as a limit of sum, What is the technique I taught you? Replace, write the integral and write the limits. If it is nk, you write it as 1. If it is nk, no, here upper limit, then you have to write as 0 to k. If it is 2n, no, you have to write 0 to 2. If it is 3n, no, you have to write 0 to 3. Okay, write that. And inside, what is that you do? Replace n with 1 and r with x. That's it. N with 1 and r with x. So we got it. Log of 1 plus x. Limits applied. So the final answer is 1 upon log 2. And if you bring it to the numerator, that becomes log e to the base 2. Let us check the option. So he has given it as B. This one is B. Just see why I have chosen this question. It contains AM, GM and H. So anyone, if you have any doubt in this, please ask me, because we have this passage containing arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean, and also limit as a sum, that is definite integral as a limit of sum. Okay, if you say okay, I'll erase this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm erasing this and closing the sequences and series with this one,